even worse. I asked them, if you already know that, why don't you close down your business right away? Why should you suffer? But they are shocked when I say this. They ask in disbelief, what are you saying, Swamiji? What will I do then? Without a reason to worry, your ego loses its reason for existence. That's why you choose to remain in the dimension of misery. When you are in worry, you feel you are someone. You feel you are a solid entity because you are solving worries and you are thinking about them all the time. Whereas, when you are free from this constant worrying, you are in bliss. But in this dimension, you are a nobody. There is no material to keep you occupied. There is nothing to solve. You feel insecure like a non-entity. To enjoy a worryless state, you need to first drop your ego about wanting to be a solid entity. And the thing about worrying is, first of all, worry itself is your decision to give food to the mind and keep it occupied. On top of this, each person thinks that only he has got a lot of worries and that only he is unhappy and that everyone else is very happy. But the strange thing is that everyone on this planet Earth feels that he or she is the most unlucky, unhappy person. How is this possible? A small story. In a certain kingdom, it came to the king's notice that everybody in his kingdom was depressed because each person felt that they had the maximum worries and no one else had any worries. So the king announced a worry exchange offer where people could bring in their big worries and exchange it for someone else's small worries. A big space was made ready, and in the center of it, a huge worry pot was placed. Anybody who wanted could come and dump his own worries inside it and pick up any other worries they wanted. Only thing, they had to pick up some other worries. The whole kingdom gathered for the event. The people moved around and met each other and started talking to each other about their worries. After a long time, the event was declared open for the worry exchange. A lot of time passed and not a single person came forward to drop their worries in the pot. After all that interaction, everyone thought that their own familiar small worries were much better than the others' worries. I tell you, most of the time we talk in the air without getting down to the actual facts. If we get down to the bottom of our so-called worries, we will understand that we are simply magnifying things that are not so bad after all. Alright, now let us analyze what actually happens inside your mind when you are worrying. Just watch your mind when you are worrying about something. You will see that a continuous stream of thoughts is being generated in your mind, totally disconnected thoughts, and usually negative thoughts. An influx of negative and repetitive words will be like a current in your mind. You see, we are used to only two kinds of speech: speaking out and speaking in. Speaking out is speaking to others, what we normally call speech or conversation. Speaking in is speaking to ourselves. Actually, the speaking in is a continuous process that goes on inside us. The speaking in is what is called the inner chatter, and this is what is called worry. Worry is nothing but this continuous, uncontrolled inner chatter happening in your mind. This inner chatter has become your master. It has taken control of you. It keeps on happening the whole time. Whatever words you speak out, you speak carefully, because if not, society will ask you to be careful, is it not? But your speaking in is not controlled in any fashion. When words that you speak out, when words that have volume can be controlled, why can't words without volume be controlled? You don't control what you speak inside because you don't have self-respect. You simply say what you wish inside you. Do we throw garbage on a plate of food? No. We throw it in a garbage can. You treat others like a plate of food and yourself like a garbage can. Because of this, you become indigested. With outer conversations, there is a break sometimes. But this inner chatter is continuous. It can drive you mad. Actually, many times, speaking to others becomes a way of escaping from your inner chatter that is driving you mad. That is why so much of talking is going on in the world. People are afraid to be silent because there is a madhouse inside them. So they meet up, socialize, talk, and they keep themselves occupied. What exactly do we mean by this inner chatter? Just try the small exercise when you are by yourself. Sit for a few minutes with your eyes closed. Keep a pen and paper with you. Don't focus your mind on anything. Just witness your mind. Just see what is going on in your mind. Almost as soon as you close your eyes, you will see that there is a continuous stream of thoughts flowing through your mind. There is continuous activity in your mind. Write down honestly whatever thoughts are there. Do this for 5 minutes. Then sit down and read what you've written on the paper. You will be shocked. Whatever you have recorded on the paper is your inner chatter. If you read it, you will see how disconnected and how irrelevant your thoughts are. One moment you will be here. The next moment you will be in America. The next moment you will be in your office. The next moment you will be thinking of your children. This is the state of your mind, this uncontrolled flow of thoughts. This is the mind you have entrusted your life to. This is the mind that generates all your worries. This is the mind that is living your life for you. If you simply understand this much, you have taken a quantum leap towards freedom from worry and inner chatter. A small story. One day there was an accident on the road. People gathered around and saw that a brand new car had crashed against a wall. They asked the driver, "Sir, why are you driving the car if you don't know how to drive properly?" "Of course I know how to drive," replied the man. "I only don't know how to stop." You see, you are also driving a vehicle which you don't know how to stop. Your mind is like a vehicle that you don't know how to stop. Just try to stop your inner chatter even for a few seconds. Can you do it? When you try to control it, the gush of thoughts becomes even more uncontrollable because you have one more added thought that you have to stop it. You are not driving your mind. Your mind is driving you. To understand worry, we need to have a deep insight into the nature of our minds. The way to worry is through the mind, and the way out can also be only through the mind. But we keep searching for answers in all the wrong places. We search outside all the time without looking deeply into the root of worry. We think, "Oh, if I had more money, all my worries will be over. If I was more good looking, if I had a better job, if I had this, if I had that." It is never ending. The solution cannot be found in outer world things. It can be found only inside ourselves. a small